Hi, Cancer, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your September 1st to the 15th, 2021 money and career reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will be listed and linked in the description box below. Now, before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds. Letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. Let's let the bowls sing as we see what the tarot has to say. Cancer. September 1st to the 15th, money and career, Cancer. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides, angels. Cancer. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides. Show me clearly, guide this reading. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly, guide this reading. At the bottom is our rooted self. The left-hand side is our inner self. The middle, our heart, our emotional self. The right-hand side, the public arena, the public self. So let's see what the cards have to say. At the root, we have the Emperor. So if we have Aries within our natal chart, that's coming through very powerfully as a rooting power, a grounding power for us. And then we have the Hangman. We see things very differently as we take our seat of power. The Ten of Pentacles and the Six of Swords. We're moving forward towards prosperity, towards success, towards abundance, towards blessings. We have the Five of Cups. At an emotional level, we need to change the way we're seeing things, because then we have Judgment. We're being risen out of darkness. The Three of Wands, there's new horizons coming forward, and the Fool, which says new beginning. It's time to embrace a new beginning. It's time to move forward. We might think, oh my gosh, I'm being foolish. Oh my gosh, how is this going to work? It's like, jump, go. Now is the time to go after what is needed, what is desired. Now let's see the chakra. Let's see the energy we need to be mindful of here. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. And that's the Lord. So where we have the energy at the bottom, the Emperor, the Lord here in the Druid Craft deck, as a blessing, this is saying be mindful of this. We're going to be very drawn to people who are very strong. Why? Because we ourselves are claiming our power, claiming our authority. And so, Cancer, we're going to think, okay, strength equals right. And we're going to see the power. We're going to see the force to them and really be kind of drawn in, because we have a gentler approach even when we're embracing force itself. This is going to be a person who doesn't take no for an answer. This is going to be a person who pushes, who has a dogged mentality, like, can wear the other person down so that they get a yes, so that they get to where they want to be, can stick to something so that they make it succeed instead of it naturally coming about. And we're going to be like, wow, I want to be more like this person, except that's not our style. That's not our way of going about it. It's kind of like when we look at people who are super, super successful and they say, you know what, I slept at the office, I did this, I did that, I didn't have a life, I didn't do anything but the programming I needed to do in order to get my company started, in order to get, things off the ground. I failed 18 million times. And that's not for everybody. Giving up everything and sleeping on a couch in the office or sleeping on a chair in the office is not for everybody at all. And so here, it's like one person's success story can be another person's absolute nightmare. So we have to be very mindful of that. Also, what one person does to be successful is not what another person wants to be doing, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It moves us to our chakra energy. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. And this is universal light. This is really knowing that there's this guiding light that's moving us forward. This is the soul star chakra located 6 inches above our crown. There's more here than meets the eye. And this is a time that we are looking at more than we expected, more than we thought we could desire. We are embracing greater insight, greater understandings, greater power because of the universal light, because of this healing, beautiful light that is opening up the doors. And we're claiming a throne. This is a time, Cancer, where we take control, when we say, this is what I want, this is where I'm headed, this is where I'm going, I'm sitting on my throne of success because I get to be a successful person. I get to, call the shots. I get to move myself forward. I get to embrace that I've done well and I've worked hard and there's respect and power and purpose within me. Not that I am somebody's doormat to be walked all over. This is a time where we claim our voice, we claim what we desire, we look at things more openly, more honestly than we had before, and it brings us to the hangman. We start to see things differently. Why? Because again, we're embracing a place of authority, but also because we're saying what works for me and what doesn't. How do I want to move forward and where don't I want to go at all? And so when we start to see things differently, when we start to embrace the hangman, what happens is that we can think, oh my gosh, I'm wrong. I'm seeing things so differently than everybody else. Obviously, I have it wrong, they have it right. This is going to be a time where it takes tremendous power, tremendous willpower, tremendous, tenacity of self to say, I'm not wrong. I'm determined, I'm focused, I'm looking at things differently, but I'm thinking outside of the box. And as I'm thinking outside of the box, I'm taking all my knowledge, all my understanding, and I'm moving forward. The waters can be overwhelming. There's doubt, there's fear, there's a sense of, oh no, I can't move forward the way that I want to. I can't get to that place that I want to be. The fact of the matter is, you absolutely can. Absolutely. There's a sense of the unknown here. There's a sense of emotions becoming very, very heavy inwardly. We will internalize things. We will overanalyze things. We will overthink things. Step back. Know that there is a generational blessing that is being spoken upon you. Now, a generational blessing, like a generational curse, doesn't have to be a big, overwhelming thing. A generational curse is when our caregivers pass down the negative things that they themselves were raised with. And so then we get raised with them, or we have them in our psyche. This is a time where the blessings, the good things, they get passed down to us, and we have them within our psyche. And this is saying, embrace them. Embrace the smile that you got on a day when it was just all about frowns. Embrace the fact that you can. You can do something amazing. You can, have that dream come true. You can stop the cycle that has been within the family line, that has come from the lover who said you could never make anything of yourself. Now's the time where we sit there and we say, oh yes, I can. I'm sharing this knowledge. I'm sharing this tenacity, and I'm embracing my prosperity, my wealth. And the thing is, here, we're going to be so tempted to make ourselves fit in with everybody else. To say, well, this is how everybody does it, so this is how I have to do it. Wealth is going to come because we've gone against convention. We've gone against what people say. And we've embraced who we are, what we desire, what we want, what we need to call in wealth, to call in abundance, and to move us forward. And this is a time where we have to celebrate ourselves, because as we do so, we have the 5 of Cups coming in our hearts, which says, change your mind and change your life. Change the way that you are seeing your world, and all of a sudden, you change your whole entire world. Emotionally, this is what we're doing. We're saying, enough of looking at the scars, the hurts, the pains, the disappointments. Now I'm looking at my blessings. Now I'm looking at who I am, what I want, where it is that I want to be, what it is that I can be. And I'm opening up the door. And that brings us to judgment. That brings us to a place where maybe we're not so harsh on ourselves. Maybe we don't judge ourselves so wantingly. We don't sit there and look at every coulda, shoulda, woulda and berate ourselves over it. The judgment is the rising out of darkness, rising out of hurt and pain and despair. And being able to be free. Being able to have a heart that's as light as a feather. Being able to say, I embrace my love, I embrace my tenacity, I embrace my ingenuity, I embrace what I desire and who I am. I open up the door and I get to celebrate me. And as I fly to new heights, and as I embrace these new heights, and I don't put limitations upon myself during this time, we move to the Three of Wands. We move to this place of new horizons. We move to this place of, I can break old traditions. I can, embrace new roads forward. I can do what once seemed impossible. And why not? Why not go after what I need and where I want to be? The Wands and the Pentacles here, this is money. So we have money coming in. We have the 10 Pentacles with wealth, or what we value as much as money, really starting to just align with us. It's like we start to align with the fact that we can be wealthy, that we can have nice things, that we're allowed to be successful, that other people's doubts and fears do not get to dictate us. And then when it comes to our career, all of a sudden, in the public arena, that leads to new destinations. That leads to breaking down barriers we might not even have known that we kind of pigeonholed ourselves into. Saying, oh, I can only do this, I can only do that. It's like, no, now the world is my horizon. Now the world is my oyster. I'm going after it. And it brings us to the Fool. It brings us to people saying, oh my gosh, that's so foolish. Oh my gosh, I can't believe you're doing this. But it also brings us to this place of needing to break the barriers, needing to go against convention, and just opening up the doors and saying, this is what I'm going for. This is what I want. This is what I need. And as you know, the hero's journey starts with being a fool. Every single hero starts with being a fool. And so at this time, as we are embracing our foolish selves, our tenacious selves, ourselves that say that by seeing the world differently, I claim my throne, we push forward to new heights and new understandings. We move forward to new blessings and new ideas. We don't let ourselves be held back by anybody, including us. And we might think this is foolish. We might think this is overwhelming. But if we come from a place of logic and love, if we come from a place of, these are my gifts, and this is what I have to offer to the world, and this is how I'm going about it in a logical, practical way, the door is open and I succeed. The door is open and I'm empowered. It brings us to our subconscious energy to be mindful of, and that's the Star. That's letting life be too guided by wishes. That's also letting somebody else's wishes, somebody else's desires really start to shape us, and living for another person's dream, or the way another person sees our dream of coming to fruition for them, to work for them and not for us. It moves us then to our subconscious chakra energy, which is rebirth. This is the Earth Star Chakra, located 6 inches below our feet. We are reborn. And as we embrace the power of the earth, as we embrace the alignment of the earth, as we stand in our bare feet in the earth, we find ourselves reborn. We find ourselves empowered. We find ourselves flying to new heights with greater understandings. It brings us then to our subconscious rooted self, which is the Lovers. Now, if we're born on the cusp with Gemini energy, this is going to be very powerful. But also if we have Gemini within our natal chart, this is knowing that there is more than one way of looking at anything. This is moving forward towards what we love and what we desire. This is the opening up of our eyes. This is a passion of self. This is saying why not instead of why. And this is breaking down the barriers that held us back. And as we break down the barriers, the subconscious in ourself is the Ace of Cups, a gift just for us, as we are represented by water signs, by the cups in the minor arcana. Our cup floweth over, runneth over. We are blessed. There can be tears that come from this, a sense of a washing away of negative energy, a sense of a washing away of heartbreaks and pains and disappointments that have held us back, that have kept us denied, that have kept us silent. And now we start to see ourselves freed. We start to see ourselves falling in love with our lives, with what we want from our lives, with who we are. This can be falling in love with our work, with the inspiration that guides us, but also knowing that there's something beautiful being created here. and that we're at the center of this beauty. It leads us to our subconscious emotional message, and that is the Six of Pentacles. Things need to be balanced, especially when it comes to finances. We have to be really mindful of what is out of balance in our lives that makes the money go away. Like, are we fed up, upset, and spend money to make ourselves feel better? Are people taking advantage of us, always having their hands out, always needing, a hand out, and never giving us anything in return, never helping us in return? There's a balance that's needed here. And we're looking at that balance, and we're finding it. We're beginning to understand it. We're also knowing that we can't be pulled into 18 million different directions. It leads us to our subconscious emotional message. Well, public self. And that's the Chariot. That's us. We feel very comfortable in the public arena. We feel very comfortable going after what we desire and we wish, and seeing ourselves with openness and honesty. If we let ourselves fly, we can reach heights that we didn't imagine could ever be ours. And we can break down barriers that held us back for too long. Because in the public arena, we shine. And it is our time to shine. Our time to embrace new horizons and new possibilities, and to be blessed. All right, Cancer. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I'm sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the blessings, the prosperity, the wealth, and the success that is to come. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Cancer.